my checks. I got paperwork I gotta do. You know? Hey, real quick. You have fire money? Yeah. Please. Mind if I take it off you for my safety? Alright, hold on. Alright, let's go to my vehicle, okay? Come on. Oh, shit!
It was only after this tragic event that the Homeland Security agents, positioned just 250 yards away, finally intervened.
Alright, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahawah, Bahashem YAHAWASHI, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, Shalom to my Akim, YAHAWAH, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Cup coming at you with another lesson. And, you know, just as that video that you just saw, and the thing is, or what I'm showing you is basically the judgment, all right? Oh, Slack, that's another precept that I just thought of. Deuteronomy, I believe, 30:7. Deuteronomy 30 verse 7, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All right, and you know, let's get another one just for the heck of it. All right, Ezekiel. Slacky, bear with me. So basically, Ezekiel, was 35. Ezekiel 35 verse 5, because thou hast had perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time of their iniquity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Slacky. So yeah, basically, these curses are being translated from us, all right, the Israelites, unto our enemies, all right, and you know, apparently this happen, obviously, you know, these aren't recent, all right, but you know, this goes to show it's like the fact that judgment is you know, gonna come upon these people, all right, and you know, obviously we don't necessarily know. I mean, we don't know. Okay, I'll be more specific. We don't know what these you know, cops, what a lot of these cops have done in their lifetimes. All right, let me actually get this. I think this is a Jake. All right, but basically, you know, which honestly that makes things even worse. But basically, you know, this officer, he was, you know, stopping this dude. All right, and then, you know, immediately after, dude just the guy just, you know, literally shot him to death. You saw the video, all right? You saw that you saw that, you know, hey, you know, we're gonna be cool, you know, can you give me the gun for my safety and whatnot, you know, it's gonna be fine, yeah, blah blah. All right, and then, you know, immediately after, this dude just mercilessly, you know, kills him. All right, like that's judgment from the Lord. Okay, he literally died like just super quick. All right, super quickly. All right, it's very what's the word? It can be very tragic, but at the same time, hey, what does the scripture say about that? Job 4 verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perish being innocent, or when or where, Slakia, where the righteous cut off. All right, so don't think that, oh man, it's so tragic that this officer died and whatnot. No, all right, it's a simple matter of, you know, we can, number one, the fact that he died, all right, the fact that he died in such a way, you know, just goes to show, you know, the potential wickedness, and the potential wickedness that he, you know, partook in. All right, who are some of the people that he has been, you know, killing in like manner, be it on the job as a police officer now, or even before that. All right, these are the things, and you know, the reason why I bring this up, because you know we oftentimes lots of brothers like to, you know, show the tragedy of, what Israel goes through, as they should, okay, because that's part of what we need to see in order for us to actually realize that we do need change. We need change in our behavior, demeanor, as well as our lifestyle. In addition to that, Slakia. In addition to that, Slakia, by the way. In addition to that, we also need to point out the change in life as well, because this is not the way that we should be living. All right. So, continuing on, another thing. I didn't see this whole video, by the way. I only saw the first one.
A woman eventually emerged from the vehicle, claiming she was the one who had been kidnapped and that the kidnapper had fled into the bushes. While one officer...
Oh yeah, Slakia, right quick. I did see the context of this, and I stopped the video. Basically, a woman called the police and reported being kidnapped, but in actuality she was not kidnapped. She had lied. All right, so now you got the context. We're gonna go into it.
Assisted her and others searched the bushes for the suspect. Additional officers responded to the crash site. There, the first officer, who had narrowly avoided the crash, was visibly devastated by the tragic fate of his colleague, who had not been as fortunate.
Oh, wait.
The initiated an immediate pursuit, but the driver refused to stop and drove the wrong way on Interstate 95 into oncoming traffic, creating a potentially disastrous situation.
And he just turned around. We are now getting back onto I-25, and now we're headed back into traffic. Light traffic, speed still at 90.
The lead officer narrowly avoided colliding with a truck, but this left the officer in the following car with no opportunity to evade it. The resulting fatal crash claimed the lives of 43-year-old Santa Fe officer Robert Duran and 62-year-old firefighter Frank Lavallo, who was driving the truck. Despite the crash, other officers continued the pursuit, and the white Chevy Malibu eventually came to a stop.
Bro, what the fuck is that gun? Like, I thought they just had handguns as police officers, but they're over here using what some... I'm not a guns expert, but like that shit looks like unnecessarily a bit more, I don't know, efficient to find a word. Anyway, but yeah, you basically the picture with how they thought, oh yeah, we're just gonna do this. Oftentimes, obviously I don't know the mindset of these cops and whatnot, but from what we see, a lot of times from what we see in these cop videos, as well as just in general, when we if we encounter police officers ourselves, it often seems, I'll just say that, it often seems like they're really just looking for an excuse to flex their power. It's hard to, given the position that we're in now, all right, and take note that I'm not saying that this is definitively how they're doing it. Although there are obviously some police officers that do fit the bill, all right. So, again, this is not all are like this, okay? Because there have been some cops, all right, that are are kind of like trying to just keep things peaceful, because they also realize that their lives are in fact in danger, all right, and then are basically supposed to be in danger given their job. But there's been a massive disconnect with some of these police officers that think that they are gonna be safe 100% of the time, when in actuality the real reality of this is, of being a cop, is like, yeah, you might win the war, but you're gonna lose your life, because especially if you are the first responders, or if you initiate a confrontation, okay, then you still have to wait for your backup to get to you. But before that happens, like, who's to say that said suspect, okay, if said suspect is dangerous, who's to say that said suspect isn't running 50 deep or whatever, and just kills you, okay? Or if it's alone, if they're alone, just like this dude was right here, he literally got the drop on him, all right, and just killed him. All right, it was literally that easy. All right, but yet, like, you still have a lot of these cops that you have a lot of these cops that are kind of like having things misconstrued. All right, so yes, it is. There are, I'll say, few, okay, because I don't know about a lot, but I know there are some, cops that, try to keep the peace, especially given the risk that comes with being in said occupation. All right, now continuing on, blah blah. See this.
4. A Blount County Sheriff's deputy pulled over a driver who was traveling in the wrong lane of the road.
Do me a favor, brother. Pull into the driveway. That way we're all the way out of the road, okay? All right, my friend. Now we're on the way there. That's all right. My name's Shelby. I work for the County Sheriff's Office. I was talking not because you were all over the road.
I'm sorry, I didn't notice. I just put my hair up.
Put your hair up?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you had anything to drink or anything?
No.
Okay.
I'm really just leaving some real.
Okay.
The driver claimed he had briefly driven in the wrong lane because he was fixing his hair, not because he was intoxicated or impaired. However, the deputy took his license and the registration for the vehicle, which the driver claimed belonged to his mother, for verification. Upon returning, the deputy requested to search the car due to the smell of marijuana, at which point the interaction began to escalate.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna have you step out, hang out with me.
Step out for what?
So I smoke weed in the car. Have you ever smoked weed in this car?
I don't smoke nothing.
Okay, you don't smoke nothing?
No.
Has anybody ever smoked in the car?
Nobody. This is talking about story.
Okay,
That's
I got you.
smoking, man.
Okay, well, smell it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you step out, hang out with me. Okay, my partner's gonna get here. We'll search as long as everything's good. I'll get you home.
Don't weed in here.
Okay.
That's free. Don't do me like that now.
Okay.
Well, I'm refusing this.
No, there's no refusing. So when I smell the odor of marijuana, I have probable cause to search the vehicle.
I need to get some.
The verbal exchange continued until the officer's partner arrived at the scene, escalating the situation from a heated argument to a physical confrontation.
Yeah,
I'm not. No,
you're about to go to jail for refusing.
Oh, you can't do this. You can't do this. You can't do this, man. You can't do this. Get your hands off of me, man. Please get your hands off of me, please. Please.
Get out of the car. Get your ass out of the car. Out of the car.
I'm not doing nothing wrong.
Out of the car. Get out of the car, Kenny. Go ahead, Kenny.
Out of the car.
Get out of the car. Take your board. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Please don't do this to me, please. Please.
You're about to get in the
Stop it.
As the officer attempted to use a taser on the suspect again, the driver, having reached his breaking point, decided it was time to fight back.
Holy shit. Wow. That is a surprise. Okay, well, I mean, obviously, I knew something was going to happen, but, like, well, number one, I kind of feel, I don't know on if he actually was innocent, but this, okay, honestly, like, there's two ways. I'm not saying definitively this is what happened, okay, but the two possible things that happened is number one, he was smoking, he did smoke, and it kind of does suggest that, given the fact that he was driving on the wrong side. Remember these context clues and stuff like that, and then he just kind of panicked and what's it called, really did not want to get arrested. Okay, so I'm not discounting that, all right, but at the same time, there's a potential that maybe he wasn't high or anything like that, because the way that he was speaking, it did kind of seem like he was very lucid, cohesive, and stuff like that. It just kind of seemed like that cop was just trying to find an excuse to find out, like, what's the thing, or trying to force her way, or try to force something on him. All right, so again, I don't know enough. I don't know if he is thing, and I at the very least, I will say kind of good. All right, this is to the benefit of the police officers. I will say yes, good on them for not shooting. But hey, as I said before, as you read before, whoever perish being in Job chapter 4 verse 7. All right, so anytime someone is dies like this, they were definitely not innocent. As a matter of fact, all right, Let me get this. Psalm 17 verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Okay, the wicked, these centurions, all right, which is these cops, all right, they are the wicked, and they are the sword of YAHAWASHI, all right. As a result of that, they cast a judgment on everyone. Honestly, I was about to say our people, but the reality is it's everyone. It casts judgment on their own people, other nations, and us. All right. So as a result of that, yes, this is this is one of the wicked, but at the same time, the wicked, all right, is also people like are also others like the demon that hit the cop car, or with her car, or and that drug dealer, because this dude in the first video was an actual drug dealer. He's also, the wicked, and he's also the sword of YAHAWASHI. Let's get that, all right. Sirach chapter 39 verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Slakia. Over here, let's just jump to the point. Verse 30. The teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. So the key word over here, the sword punishing the wicked to destruction, is basically the modern day sword, which is the gun. All right. So like whenever someone kills someone with a gun or any type of weapon, or basically any judgment that can take the life of someone, all right, even also natural disasters, okay, because in verse 29 it says fire, hail, and famine and death. Okay, that's also like tornadoes, hurricanes, and just any natural disasters, okay, forest fires or whatever. All right, this is all judgment of the Lord, and it can range from natural disaster to even just someone getting a demon on themselves to cause destruction. All right, and that was with that, and that was also with this, where this dude he just thinks, okay, well he's had enough. All right, he just got tased and whatnot. Maybe he feels very pressured in life, and he just did not want things to get worse, or just the simple fact that the Lord put a spirit on him to end that officer's life. If not, he took both of their lives. All right, so let's continue watching a bit more.
Shots fired, I'm hit. 334's hit.
The suspect then opened fire on both officers, with the female officer sustaining a bullet wound to her leg while managing to survive. However, Deputy Greg McCowan, the male officer, was shot multiple times and killed, as the suspect even drove by him to fire one final shot, confirming his death. The female officer, still in excruciating pain from her injuries, could only scream for help until good Samaritans arrived to assist her.
Help! Help, I've been shot! I've been shot, help! 335. 344's down, I've been hit. Suspect's led. Back towards town, River Road. I've been shot, I need your help. I just get out, I need your help. Oh my God. 345. You know how to turn to the plug. I got time to get 324. So the suspect's going. He went that way. I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna use my port.
The female officer desperately wanted to help her partner, but there was nothing she could do, as he was already beyond saving.
Are you not breathing?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm up here. I want to back up. It's up your only places in the leg. That's how I feel. I'm okay, take care of Greg. Take care of Greg. Take care of Greg. I can't, brother, I can't. In your car? Yeah, you got a turn? Yeah. All right, where are you trying? I think that's her only. It's her only. It's right here.
It's gonna hurt. She was taken to the hospital, where she survived the gunshot wound. The city's mayor then announced a $10,000 reward for any information that could lead to the capture of the 42-year-old suspect, Kenneth D. Hart, after an intense 5-day manhunt.
$10,000 for what? For what? Dead ass? That's ridiculous. Yo, is this the Wild West where they got bounty hunters and shit? That's ridiculous, bro. Like, obviously, if so, she needs to be found under society and whatnot, but over the death of someone who's supposed to be dying on the job like that. Like, these niggas kill Jake left and right, and you're gonna, okay, Slakia, but like that, like, yo, I'm baffled. That's insane. Anyway, like, bro, I lost my train of thought because of that. That's crazy. What am I? Okay, anyway. What were we talking about again? Okay, so yeah. Basically, oh, that, now I remember, Slakia. So now I remember this is Esau's kingdom. This Esau is basically the god of the Babylonians, all right, in that sense. And for the people that serve Esau, all right, the people that serve Esau, they're going to, have a lot more favor, all right, in terms of like reward and vengeance and stuff like that, because the same way that the Lord Yahawah, all right, will get revenge and have gotten revenge on our enemies for what they've done to us, all right, it's on that same token where, Esau, he apparently is either gonna find an excuse just to oppress Jake, which I don't even know if that dude was Jake or not. I actually don't know, but also the fact that he clearly gets angry enough when one of his good servants are put down, all right. So he's gonna throw a temper tantrum in instances like this, all right.
Hart was finally located and arrested at an apartment 20 miles from where he had committed the crime.
You allowing this shit, man? You black? You allowing this? You allowing this, man? I'm black.
So yeah, I guess he is a Jake, maybe, probably. I don't know. But yeah, also, just in general, like, we shouldn't be, what's the word? Seeking out judgment ourselves. But even though we're not supposed to be seeking out judgment, all right, it does, the Lord, it's with people like this, all right, it's people like him that the Lord uses just to, exact his vengeance, where, the Lord will put the spirit of vengeance, on, Jake, Esau, whatever, to, just do stuff like this, all right, where, you don't want to be that, you don't want to be that until you are doing it in righteous, basically, like the hunter, all right. Let me actually get that. Turn. Okay, so Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 16, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. Fishing is in reference to, gathering the elect. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. Okay, but the thing is, we're not supposed to be, we're not the hunters yet. As of right now, we are only fishers, all right? And the hunters will come in the form of spiritual power, all right? When we get our spiritual power, that's when we're gonna have that's when we're gonna be turned into hunters. Slakia, all right? So yeah, we're not supposed to be going around, killing people or attacking anyone like that, all right? We're only supposed to be, waiting patiently and being harmless as doves, all right? Now, continuing on with this.
Man, you not watching this shit.
The suspect was charged with first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, felon in possession of a firearm, aggravated assault on a first responder, evading arrest, resisting arrest, and failure to maintain a lane. The prosecuting attorney is seeking the death penalty for the suspect. The next officer narrowly escaped death twice while responding to the assailant's house on 2 previous occasions, but was not as fortunate the third time.
Can you hear me?
So no ads.
I'm shot in the arm and the leg, Sarge.
On New Year's Eve 2017, Douglas County Sheriff's deputies Zach Parrish, Taylor Davis, and 2 other officers responded to the home of Matthew Reel, a veteran, following his request for a restraining order against his roommate. This was their third visit to the residence that night after handling 2 prior complaints. Given Ryle's known possession of multiple weapons, his mental health issues, and a history of PTSD, 4 deputies were dispatched to the scene as a precaution. Despite their cautious approach, they were tragically unprepared for what was about to unfold.
Hey, Matt and Zach. What? Can you help me? Yeah, I can. Can I get that message? Just...
Well, I don't think there's anyone else in there.
What did it take?
The suspect slammed the door on the officers, prompting them to discuss the possibility of taking him in on mental health grounds. However, as they proceeded with their plan, events took a tragic turn.
Sheriff's office!
All 4 officers were struck, but 3 managed to escape from the home. Deputy Zach Parrish, however, fell to the ground and was unable to make it out, while other injured officers tried to run away to safety.
Wait, where are you? Where in the chest? Where in the chest? Stay with me, Polly. Stay with me. Right here. I got you. I'm shot in the chest. Where's my this? I'll see you, dude. She's inside with them. I'm shot in the arm and the leg, Sarge. Over there. I need a flashlight over here. You're okay. You're okay. I don't see blood. I don't see blood. You sure not to go. Get out of here.
And Slucky, like, okay, like, honestly, like, let me be fair, okay? I'm gonna be fair. So the thing is, obviously, they are breaking into his house, and again, to be fair, they need to do that. They have to do that because of whatever reason, and there are gonna be times when doing stuff like this is a necessity, and they are doing it the right way. But it's oftentimes it's sometimes when it's the times when they aren't doing it righteously that it's like it's judgment. All right, and that's the thing, Slacky. That's the thing. It's when they get so used to abusing and misusing their powers on Jake, because it's like speaking of which, I remember another instance where there was cops that were breaking into a Jake's house, all right, and the Jake shot them. He literally shot at them, and they weren't, and they were wrong for doing it, because they went to the wrong house, probably intentionally, because they always say, they were mistaken, this, that, and the third, whatever, when in actuality they were just being straight up demons. All right, so basically they shot they were breaking into this Jake's house, and the Jake literally shot and killed, I think, one of them. All right, one or multiple, I don't remember. All right, and then it's stuff like this where they break into other Jake's house, because I've heard of more instances where they've been breaking into Jake's house to detain them, arrest them, kill them, whatever. All right, whatever. Sandra Massey, I think, that was another example, but she let them in, so that's not a real example. But basically, you got these cops that are so used to using and abusing their power, and then now the Lord, sends them off to their death. And in instances like this, where now they're so used to always feeling safe, always misusing and abusing their power, that when they mess with the wrong one, they find out the true judgment of the Lord YAHAWAH. All right, and this is a perfect example of that, where now it's time for them to answer for their crimes. All right.
That's right, over here, on the ground. I got you, buddy. I got you. We don't care about it. I got you, buddy. Right in front of us. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We got you. Back to my truck. Ready? One got chest, one shot in the arm.
The 3 injured officers were rushed to the hospital, while the remaining police officers regrouped to attend a rescue for the 4th officer, who was unable to escape.
I gotta go. Let's put together a rescue team to get that one deputy out. Hey, can you hear me?
The suspect's relentless gunfire left the officers unable.
Yo, what the fuck does he have? Weapons of mass destruction?
To breach his door without risking being shot. However, upon discovering that the suspect's gunfire had also injured neighbors in adjacent building complexes, the officers regrouped and prepared to neutralize the threat.
Go back. Paris, can you hear me? No.
It wasn't until around 7:30 a.m., over 2 hours after the initial gunshots were fired at 5 a.m., that the SWAT team arrived and successfully neutralized the suspect. The The SWAT team confronted the suspect, ultimately shooting and neutralizing him. With the suspect dead, officers were able to retrieve Deputy Zach Parrish's body from the room. The incident resulted in 2 fatalities, the suspect and Deputy Parrish, while everyone else sustained injuries.
So I came out of surgery. Wake up, asked him, how's Doyle? He's fine, he's downstairs. How's Taylor? She's fine. And then kind of asked about Zach, and then finally they told me.
He was alone in that apartment. He died there alone. Even though I know I would have been killed, at least he wouldn't have been alone if I was staying there with him. That's what haunts me.
A police investigation later revealed that the shooting was not random. The suspect's social media activity showed a long-standing hatred for law enforcement. The incident sparked media backlash, leading to legislative efforts to grant officers the authority to temporarily confiscate firearms from high-risk individuals. However,
Oh wow! Hey, yo, right here. So now, oh, by the way, hold on, whoa. What's it called? What was I gonna say? So number one, now it's gonna be an excuse to take away Esau's guns. Okay, which Esau's definitely not gonna like that. Number one. Number two, look at how this dude, is, crying, all sad. Oh, my friend died, blah, blah, blah. And, the irony of it is how many lives has he taken unrighteously? How many lives has he, how many people has he killed, in the reverse, all right, where he has all the power and, people are calling and begging for help. Okay, where you got Jake begging for help. George Floyd. With his you have the police that were putting their knee on his neck and stuff like that. All right, like look at all this stuff. And then, bro, I intentionally did not want to go to the comment section of this video because I just know how this shit is gonna be, where these people are going to, say that they have sympathy and all this shit for that. And funnily enough, what's it called? One. I don't remember what this first one is. Might have been either a so-called Hispanic or an Edomite. I don't know, but this the second person was a woman, Edomite woman, or looked to be an Edomite woman. Third was a Jake, apparently, most likely a Jake. I'll just say that. Second is most likely an Edomite. Third is most likely a Jake, and fourth is most likely an Edomite. All right, and then you got all these instances of judgment. Okay, judgment where judgment can come from anyone. Okay, anyone the Lord chooses to use. All right, and then like you really expect? Can you really expect people to have mercy, to not mercy, to have sympathy, for you when you've been abusing your power? And that's the thing. When you have when you give, let me get that. Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay, nobody likes when Esau is is in power. Not even Esau himself. You literally have this Edomite dude who has a history of making social media posts of saying, I don't fuck with the police, I hate the police, this, that, and the third, and whatnot. All right, this was a well-known thing, and you got and then as a result of that, these people are being killed by their own people as a result of their people, Edomites. All right, Edomites hating the rule of Esau Edom. All right, it just goes to show, like, number one, Esau. This is Esau the wicked. All right, that's number one. Number two, just how. Number two, Yahawashi needs to return, and we're not yet at the end. You got all these freaking slacky about making this about new covenant and all that stuff. But this is the thing. Like, we're not at the end. This is not how everything. All the things are not fulfilled. You got freaking Christians saying all this shit where, or thinking that, we're in this new covenant, or, all right, the Israelites are already in their land, when no, like all the stuff that is going on right now would not be happening. There wouldn't be people, killing other people like this, unrighteous authorities and stuff like that. Israel would be ruling at the top. Yahawashi would be ruling at the top. Where the frick is Yahawashi? Where's he? All right, he's nowhere to be found. All right, but yet people want to claim all this, nonsense, these lies. All right, so Slakia, like I absolutely do not feel sorry for them. All right, I know it's a hard job. I know it can be dangerous, but Esau has been abusing his power and mercilessly killing Jake. There's no way I would ever feel any sort of sympathy for when the same damn thing happens to him. All right, so yeah, you lost your a friend, you lost loved ones. All right, welcome to our world where you've been doing that shit to us. All right. Romans 12 verse 19, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. All right, so let me actually go here. Let me also get this. Romans 13, from the top, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh, the powers that are ordained of Yahweh. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, or resisteth the ordinances of Yahweh, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. All right, so yeah, basically the power, all right, that Esau has right now, it is given to him of Yahweh. All right, the same way Yahawashi, said to, I believe it was Pilate, all right, when when Yahawashi was sentenced to crucifixion, all right, it was Pilate who he said to, you don't have any power unless it is given to you from above. All right, very clearly Yahawashi is referencing this, showing that ultimately at the end of the day, all right, the only reason why I'm in this position that I'm in is because this is the ordinance of Yahweh. All right, so the Lord had set this up to be this way. The same way that if we are in under the thumb of Esau, Edom, or we are being gunned down and shot, it's simply because the Lord set it up that way. All right, the Lord set it up that way for us to be judged, to get to basically know that correction, especially if you make it out of an interaction with Esau, Edom, or the cops alive. It's simply because it's just kind of like a warning. Get right. You still have time, but if you ended up dying from it, if the Lord let him kill you for it, and that's when it's more so what's the word? It's more so just you're getting your answer. You're still answering for the wickedness you've done, but you're being corrected through death. All right, and funnily enough, that's also what these cops had been going through as well. So yeah, that's basically it. I really want to kind of show this, and on top of that, as a matter of fact, things are only going to get worse. As a matter of fact, Slakia, these are only going to get worse for Esau, Edom, because Yahawashi is going to return, and he's going to cast his judgment on all the people that crucified him, also including Slakia. Also all the hardships, Jacob trouble, and all that stuff. It's going to be judgment to Jake. Jake. Slakia. I was flipping, but Jake. All right. It's going to be judgment for Jake as well. Jake's going to have to pay for what they've done. Forsaking our Lords, all right, both of our Lords, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, all right. So as a result of that, yeah, like this is what is waiting for this is what's waiting for these people. And you know, when you know that time comes, you know, we look forward to the judgment and our deliverance. So with that, I pray this is most edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Rakak, Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, and Bob, and Shalom.